What's going on, guys? We are here. North America calendar for the rest of 2023. Looked a little confusing when you throw through all the community events that are going on. If you are just focused in on North America, we're going to go over exactly what you have to look forward to watch, not necessarily play. I'm not going to talk about every single qualifier, but where you want to watch it and all of that. So let's go through the full calendar of events that are left for 2023. Obviously, RLCS is done till 2024 at some point. So they threw together a bunch of these off-season community events, and it's for a bunch of different regions, but let's focus in on a few of them for just North America. First off, Johnny Boy is throwing together Salt Mine 3. That will be, for the North American side, will be a North America and South American tournament. We do not know yet. It's a 12-player 1v1. We do not know further details yet. Johnny Boy hasn't leaked any more details, so look out for him on Twitter to see what more details come of that. When he does announce more stuff, we'll probably just do a video about that at some point. But for now, there's a 12-player 1v1 bracket style, and we will see when that takes place. So Johnny Boy's tournament, we don't know the dates of just yet. Moving on to the women's side of things, Radiant is putting together a tournament for North America. $15,000 on the line for the North American side of their tournament. That will be open qualifiers are October 14th and 15th if you want to participate. 2 weeks later is the main event, October 28th and 29th. You can go to Raidiant GG on Twitter to see more details there. They link to their Discord for even more details on top of that. So if you're a woman in the Rocket League space, then you should definitely go check out this tournament. $15,000 on the line there. October 28th and 29th is that main event if you guys want to watch. Next up are the two bigger 3v3 North American events. First, we'll start with Bandits on Wheels. We'll talk about them a little bit. Let's actually bring in the details here for Bandits on Wheels. Let me bring up my stream. Hopefully I don't break anything. Boom. There we go. So Bandits on Wheels will be doing 6 events actually for $7,000 each, and they have a whole thing about it. This is the only tournament that is a normal 3v3 that is not single elim, so a little bit more of your normal double elim, 16-team double elim brackets. We'll go through it real quick. Open qualifiers are day 1, open to everyone, so feel free to pop in there. Double elim bracket split across 4 pools. 12 teams advance to Saturday, 2 in uppers, 1 from lowers. All matches are best of 3, except for day 2 qualifying matches. Those will be best of 5. Then you go into like the main event, which is on Saturday. The 12 qualifying teams, but there's also 4 teams that are invited. So they move over. 16 teams split across 4 double elim groups. This is one caveat I have with this. It depends on how you schedule it, but I hate 4-team double elim groups. It means a lot of rematches happen. I wish that was 8-team double elim groups. It's the same result because you're just trying to get a certain amount of teams out of it, but you won't get any rematches, but that's besides me. The invite teams, though, get to draft the teams they want in their groups, so that's pretty interesting. So we'll see how that all goes. Then 8 teams advance to the final day on Sunday. 1 from uppers, 1 from lowers of each group. And then you move on to the main event, which is double elim. But it's basically a giant double elim tournament. Except when you make it to the top 4, then it's just back down to single elim at that point, I believe. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. No, this is just straight double elim. So it's basically just a giant double elim tournament from Saturday on. Except like it just changes up a couple matches and you'll have a couple rematches. But yeah, top 8 teams from Saturday, 4 in uppers, 4 in lowers, 18 double elim tournament. Sorry, I confused that with something else that I was thinking about. 4 teams qualifying from uppers in day 2, obviously you're there. So double elim tournament, basically from Saturday on, with the 12 teams that qualify from the open qualifier on Friday. They will participate on Saturday with the 4 teams that are invited. Then it's essentially, except for lower bracket matches are going to be a little bit more rematch heavy, a double elim full-on tournament. So that's what you guys can look forward to there. There's 6 events. You can see it on the left right there. October 6th, 20th, November 3rd, November 17th, December 1st, and December 15th. Those are the days where the qualifiers begin. So, just add a couple days to get to the weekend. Add 2 more days to all those to see the main event. So that's what you'll be looking forward to there. The next event and the final event for North America is another 3v3 tournament. By the way, those are for $7,000 each, so $42,000 total across that one, is The Draw by James and Rizzo. They also have a 3-day tournament. They have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we're going to talk about a couple things here. But first, let's just go over what the tournament is. You got your qualifying phase. All qualifier teams seeded 17th and below will compete in this phase. There's some point thing or something, to be a better team there. 4 groups, 3v3, double elim bracket. Top 4 teams per group, 16 total advance to phase 2. Phase 2 will be 32 teams will compete with the 16 top seeded teams already with the other 16 teams. 4 groups, 3v3, double elim, 8 teams per group. Love it. 8 teams per group. That's where you should be. Top 3 teams per group advance to the main event. 2 from the uppers, 1 from the lower. The upper bracket matches are best of 5, lower bracket are best of 3, basically to speed up the process and get there. Lower finals are best of 5. 16 teams will compete in this event. For the main event, 4 teams invited, joined by the 12 teams that advance. 3v3, single elim, but it is a random draw. So you'll get randomized matchups every single match. Not incredibly competitive because of the random draw and it's only 1 life, but the qualifier process at least is a little bit more competitive there. The only downside to this is it doesn't show the dates here, but James had them on Twitter, and they probably show them in each specific one. Maybe it'll show it here. Our schedule, here we go. Let's see if this works. This might break it. Here are your dates: October 6th through 8th, November 3rd through 5th, December 1st through 3rd, and January 5th through 7th of 2024. My one huge disappointment with this is basically Bandits on Wheels and Draw are your 2 normal 3v3 tournaments, and 2 of the tournaments for the Draw and Bandits are played on the same weekend, which is really unfortunate. So let's go to the full calendar of events. So I made these fancy calendars with like some random template. It's actually not that fancy, but we'll throw them up behind me. Here we go. So the calendar of events. I'm very green. I have to fix that. For RLCS, as you can see, October 8th, I'm just going to list the main event days. So this calendar, make sure you realize Monday over there, right there, Sunday over there. Sunday main events obviously is always the case here, but the main disappointment I have is that the Draw plus Bandits are on the same weekends. And that's really, really unfortunate because then obviously one of those tournaments is probably going to get nuked by the other one. Probably most people are going to sign up for the Draw because it is $14,000 each compared to Bandits, which is half that prize pool, but they have 2 extra events. So when those do compete against each other, I assume Bandits are going to, probably not get as good of teams there, and you won't get to see the best Rocket League. I wish the Draw could move to the 15th or something like that, but who knows? Maybe they'll change it. But for now, the calendar of events for October, here's what you have to look forward to. October 8th, the finals for both the Draw and Bandits are on the same day. Then 2 weeks later, Bandits goes again on the 22nd. And then we got the Radiant Women's 3v3 main event on October 29th. Next up, in November, again, November 5th, Bandits and the Draw both on the same weekend. So that's the main event there. 2 weeks later, the 19th, Bandits will have another main event. And Bandits continue this process. We move on. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. 3 of their events are at the same time, which is really unfortunate. So the Draw, again, that is December 5th. For the, 3rd. That looks like a 5, but it's a 3. It's fancy. It's a bad template, I guess. So December 3rd is both the Draw and Bandits again. And then mid-month, 2 weeks later, we have another Bandits tournament. So that's the 3v3 action you will see throughout. The other tournament, obviously, that we talked about a little bit is Salt Mine. We don't know the dates yet of that. And then finally, though, January, the Draw gets 1 extra tournament here. And they will not share a date with the Bandits because the Bandits wrap up in the previous month. So those are all the tournaments that you have to worry about through, and they're not exactly in the same exact spot because I'm bad at graphics. But we'll walk through it one last time. Here's October, November, December, and January. So here's your events that you will have to worry about during this RLCS offseason, at least so far. Who knows if there's more added. I would assume not too much more is added because they had this big announcement. Maybe more in January or something. But previous months, probably not. So that is what is to be expected for the North American scene for this RLCS offseason. So if you forget, we'll probably do weekly videos of like what's happening this week, plus a recap of the previous week of results from other tournaments that are happening through the community, through other regions, so you can keep tabs on that there. That's it. North America, here's where it's at. We'll have another video for Europe coming up shortly, and then we will do one for the world as well, because they have a little bit less events going on, I guess. So, yeah, that's it. North America, there's your schedule of events. Go check them out. Go support the streams. Absolutely. Support all these streams, support these players, support these community-run events. It should be a great time. That's it for me. We'll catch you later.